welcome to Concentrated Podcast Presents Cup and Saucer. I am your host for this episode, Lady Muneerah. I am joined by my co-hosts, Sir Eric.
I'm not
and
a sir.
Lady.
You're
not a
I want
sir?
to be a duke.
You want to be
Duke sounds like a cooler title.
Then
I'll be a duke.
Eric.
The Duke of Arrington.
The Duke of Arrington?
Yep.
Okay. So I am joined by the Duke of Arrington.
That's
Do you
me.
want to say hi? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. And who do you want to be? Do you want to be Viscountess Courtney or Lady Courtney or her Baroness Courtney? Well, who would you like to be?
Which one is richer and which one is hotter? Like, which one?
See, I never know when it comes to like the monarchy.
Like, how do we rank
what
these?
is? Yeah, I know.
Like
Duke.
Viscountess is higher than Baron, I think.
I think Baron is somewhere along the line. I know Duke is like in line for the throne.
Right.
It's not like it's lower than Prince, but it's higher than Baron.
Okay, basically, I just want to be a socialite. So, like, what can I be? I
I
don't
think
want a
I'm
real
just a
job.
lady.
Of them.
Yeah.
You can pick whichever one you want. Which one?
Okay.
Or
I'll
like
be a
lady
lady.
or madam.
Yeah.
I'll be a
So
lady.
are you Lady Courtney?
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sorry, we took the long way around to just call her Lady Courtney.
Yep.
Hi. Hi. Okay. So we will be talking about all things British on this podcast. And the first thing that we are dipping our toe into is Netflix's Bridgerton. Full disclosure, I have read the first book. I'm reading the second, and I've watched all of the episodes. Eric has watched all of the episodes, but he has not read the book.
I haven't finished the episodes. I got 2 episodes left.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I wanted to stay fresh, so I didn't like jump back in. I'm on episode 6.
Oh my God. Okay.
Because we were only talking about 1 and 2 today. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to I don't want to have too much stuff going around in my head. I don't want to have like the outcome of the series affect how I feel about the first 2 episodes.
I totally thought you watched all of it.
No, plus I've been busy this week.
Okay. All right. Well, then that is Eric's story and he's sticking to it.
Yep.
And Lady Courtney has only watched episodes 1 and 2, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I was hoping that you wouldn't lie to me, much like Eric lied to me. So
I never said I finished.
You implied it.
Nope.
So just so that you know, we will not be spoiling past the episodes that we are reviewing for you so that everyone can be kind of on the same page. Okay, so first thoughts. We are doing episodes 1 and 2. What do you guys think so far? Either one of you can start first.
I feel like episode 1 is just a lot of like story building. So I think the pace is really slow, which you're just like, okay, like, come on. Like you've tempted me.
That's Shonda's like writing though. No.
Now that first episode of Grey's Anatomy, when we wake up with Patrick Dempsey, I felt invested from episode 1. Okay. Now they did a lot of like showing me all of the good stuff in that trailer. And then I was like, okay, where's this good stuff? Like, do I just need to keep going? So, but by the time you get to episode 2, I think you're much more invested in the characters and kind of like how the story is developing. Okay. So that's just my take on it.
Okay.
Yeah, that episode 1 very much felt like here's all this is the book report. This is this person. This is this person. They're related to that person. This is that person's like a smidgen of their family history. You know, it felt like Game of Thrones episode 1 where it was very boring, but like you got to know everyone. And then by the end, there's a big event that makes you immediately want to click play on the next episode.
Yeah, it was very much we have to get this stuff out of the way. So we're doing it episode 1 instead of
there's a lot of houses and families that you need to know.
And are you going to remember any of their names? No.
Oh God, I was so confused by the end of the first episode. I only knew the Duke and Lady Microbangs and the Queen.
When I was taking my notes, I kept writing Lady Blank, and then I was just like, I'll come back and like fill in this name. I don't know who this is. I didn't even know his name was Simon for like the first.
Yeah, I just kept calling him the Duke.
Yes, I was like, okay, Duke.
Well, no, okay. So they don't call him the Duke until episode 2 when he says call him Simon, right?
Yeah,
no.
they don't say his name in the first episode.
Oh yeah.
They just keep calling him the Duke of Hastings.
Yes.
No, we don't find that. I don't think we find that out until episode, like the beginning of episode 2. So
okay, well, I feel less bad about not knowing.
no. Yeah, no, I think you're fine. I started calling him Simon from Jump because I mean I just did.
You read the book, you know who he
read
was.
the book,
right? I knew who it was, but and I felt like
you
that
were
was
that
easier.
nerd. I read the book.
Okay.
I didn't know this was based on a book series.
Neither did I. I thought it was
Yes.
some brand new Shonda
Yeah,
Rhimes
some Shonda's like, I'm feeling inspired.
I found out because I am in a Royals group because obviously,
I thought you were
and
going to say you were in a book club.
well, I mean, I'm also in a book club, but I found out because they like when Netflix dropped that like teaser trailer, and I was like, "Ooh, this is good. I would love to see this in a book form." And somebody was like, "Here are all 8 books."
Jesus.
Feeling up to it. And I was like, I am. And so I ordered the first book. And then as I was finishing the first book, I ordered the second book, and I will keep doing it. So, you know, I finish because I'm a completionist. I like to finish things. So, but a lot of, I will say this, I won't spoil anything, but I will say that a lot of the storylines that are running through this season are part of different books. The first book is all about Daphne and Simon. So
that makes sense. Like you got to
yeah.
flesh it out a little bit. Is the book broken down kind of like the way Game of Thrones does it, where it's presented from multiple perspectives? It's not just the narrator telling the story. Like every now and again, you to break down and it's from one person's perspective.
No. For the most part, Lady Whistledown is at the beginning of every chapter, and she's basically telling you the outside view, and then you are just gone into the story, if that makes sense.
Okay, so it's kind of like in the show, how they do it in the show.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so if everybody's ready, we can go ahead and get started.
I thought we were started.
Oh no. Oh.
I'm like,
I love this. No, I mean, started with the recap.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So
lead the way.
First episode is called Diamond of the First Water. Oh, yep. Nope. Diamond of the First Water.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay. So we open with bright colors and a shot of Governor's Square, 1813. It's the beginning of an upcoming social season. We are introduced to 2 very different houses, the Baron Featherton's house and Widow Viscountess Bridgerton. And now I'm going to give you the children in the different households. So Baron Featherton's household consists of his wife, Lady Featherington, and his daughters, Prudence, Philippa, and Penelope. Okay. And in the Widow Viscountess household consists
Prudence is such a terrible name.
I know. It's a lot. There is her sons, Anthony, Benedict, Colin, daughters, Daphne, Eloise, Francesca, son, Gregory, and daughter, Hyacinth. So, okay.
That's an even worse name.
Hyacinth, I know. It's a lot. She's adorable, but it's a lot. So from the very beginning, with that like really small introduction, we can see that we have totally different households. From like the way that the house is situated, the Featherington's house is kind of dark and dank, and the Bridgerton house is very bright, very light, kind
very
of happy.
Floral.
Yeah, full of like life. What are your thoughts on the 2 households just from like the snap that we got? I mean, either one of them can go.
Okay. I'm always scared I'm gonna like talk over top of someone. I think Baroness Featherington is a pageant mom. I've seen this time and time again on Toddlers and Tiaras.
She has big dance mom energy.
Yes. And I think that they're definitely kind of like setting the 2 households up as like the Featheringtons are like kind of always in like the shadows. It's always kind of like silver medal in comparison to where the Bridgerton family is, like socially, economically. You can tell that they're in like a higher standing in the community.
And it you know that eats her up. Like you can just tell that she's like, ugh, and she doesn't even have a husband. Like her husband's dead and she's still up there. Ugh.
It's very outward facing. Like they have to be the family that everyone knows. They have a reputation.
Yes.
I mean, with all those P names, I mean, how could you compete?
Yeah.
Okay, so we arrive at court, and they're all being presented to the queen. The Featherington girls go first: Prudence, Philippa, and Penelope. And Prudence faints because her corset is pulled so tight that it's cutting off her breath. That poor baby.
Oh, corsets.
Have you? No, you have never. I have actually.
Clearly, no. I don't have a lot of.
We don't know what Eric does in his.
I don't have a lot of experience with a corset. Not yet. Maybe 2021 is my year to be a bad bitch, and I'll get me a corset.
Oh my god, I would love that so much.
Yep.
No, I had a corset under my prom dress, and I did not eat. I did not drink anything.
You just can't. You physically cannot.
You literally cannot, and you're not hungry.
It must feel terrible to burp in one of those.
I
can't do that.
I didn't do anything.
You don't have any bodily function.
You gotta stand there like.
Yeah.
Yep,
I dressed up as like a slutty Carmen Sandiego one year, and I wore this red corset. Oh my god!
I love everything about that.
But what did you steal?
Right.
I had a briefcase and like a fedora. I was very it was very much a look. However, I could not breathe. I couldn't sit down. I could only stand.
You were caught very easily.
I was. I was not very good at hiding, and it's terrible. I mean, I don't blame
the clues you left were that I'm dying.
Right.
There's sheer joy in being able to take it off, honestly.
Yes.
You're just like all of your organs settle into the right spot.
I don't. Every time I see the ladies online that like get the corsets, the waist trainers that like give them the super tiny waist, that I feel bad for their kidneys.
Everything's shifted into this tiny.
Your insides turn into a fucking clown car.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, insides are overrated.
I mean if you get the look you want, then do it by any means necessary. But maybe see a doctor, internal organ guy every now and again.
So basically, she's passed out, and who knows if she'll ever be able to breathe right.
Yep. And the queen looked down on him and basically was like, "All your daughters are dubs."
She is fan. Like, even when they were walking out, she was kind of looking at them like, I don't like any of this. And then when she fainted, she was like, yeah, no, this is exactly
the queen's expression throughout the entire series until she gets one of those envelopes from one of the newsletters from Lady Whistledown is literally just this. I don't know if you can see that if we do a video or not, but it's very much a look of disgust about everything.
Absolutely.
And I love her for it. I love everything about the queen. So next it's Daphne's turn. Not only does the queen get up to take a closer look, but she calls her flawless and makes her the envy of every girl and the object of every guy. You are
officially a bad bitch of the season.
You really are.
And now everybody's out to get you.
Yep. Even with those fucking bangs. Like
which is just
creepy.
Talk
about her bangs. Can we just talk about them for a second?
They're just second. I mean, you really have to be great with scissors to honestly get the bangs this short.
Those are warning bangs.
She's constantly like pulling them down. Like she's not quite sure of them herself.
She should let them grow out. Life doesn't have to be hard, Daphne. Life does not have to be hard. You have money, clearly.
Clearly. Yes. But Micro Bangs is called Flawless, and she is the diamond of the season. Hooray.
And everyone hates her.
Everyone does hate her.
Pretty
especially much. Lady Featherington.
So maybe get her shit together. Tell your kids to get your shit together.
It was her fault because in the first season, like we see her, she's like, pull it so that she can't breathe because we need it that way. And then she faints. So you did that to yourself.
Well, I mean, in her defense, not everybody has the genetics as Daphne, who's 100 pounds soaking wet.
None of her daughters have those genetics.
Clearly, the girls like to eat. Let them
and
eat.
They clearly are mean to they're mean to Penelope because she's has a little bit of like baby
She's
weight.
A bit Rubenesque.
I enjoy Penelope's face.
Her little cheeks are so cute. They're just like full and like rosy. And I'm like, well, you are no spring chicken, honey. You look like if a strong gust of wind came, it would blow you away.
Well, also the actress that plays Penelope is like 30.
Is she really?
Oh my god.
She is there's another Netflix show, Dairy Girls, which is a comedy. She is very Irish. Like she has that English accent down, but when you hear her speak, she was on if you watch British Baking Show, the holiday edition this year, her and a couple of other people from Dairy Girls do the holiday baking thing. She's incredibly Irish.
As a side tangent, I tried to get into Dairy Girls. I cannot. Nobody else? Okay. Moving on.
Because I don't know what that is.
It's a British comedy.
Dairy?
I can't remember. I think it takes place in the 80s, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wanted to like it, but like I couldn't. It just didn't hold me. And I love everything British, but it just didn't. It didn't. Take
she looks like a 13-year-old, but she's really like 34. She was also in on Harlots, the Hulu show.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Who was she on Harlots?
She was Hannah Dalton.
I haven't watched Harlots in a minute.
She shows up in season 2.
Yeah, I was watching season 2.
Okay, I think I only watched like the first season.
She's in pretty much every episode of season 2.
Okay.
Maybe they did something with her hair or something. I never really got into Harlots, but
it's really good.
Yeah, I like it.
It's really good. Okay, so moving on. Next day.
Moving on, the Featheringtons enjoy a good nosh. You know, she did talk a lot about food, so yeah.
But I mean, it's good. Food's good.
Again, it's what 1813 is when the show takes place. So
all the cakes and
they had some good stuff by then. Yeah. They had mastered the whole baking and getting things from France and Italy.
And stealing seasonings and stuff. So the next day we are in the Bridgertons. I'm gonna mess this up. We are in the Bridgerton.
Only the name of the show.
Dressing room with Eloise, who is a mix of Jo from Little Women and Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice, reading the latest from Lady Whistledown. Over in the Featherington
was that
household,
a page flip? It was very dramatic.
Over in the Featherington household, dear cousin Marina has come to join us for this season. And Lady Featherington does not like Marina at all.
Well,
obsessed with Marina.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Beautiful.
Same.
Flawless. Oh my God. She came in and looked like effortless.
Oh.
She basically walked in and shit on all of her daughters.
She did. She did. In her cute little, like, just regular dress,
her farm dress,
hair up, and like the fresh face. And she was just like, "Oh, I'm here for the season." And I was like, "You're here to wreck shop." My God. My God.
I'm like, this is the plot line of Cinderella.
Right.
This is Cinderella all over again. This is how we ended up sweeping.
I will say this. I do enjoy that the Featherington girls did not seem like they hated Marina. Like they were just like, "Ooh, cousin, welcome." While as the Lady Featherington took on the evil stepmother role to a T. She really
most of the Featherington girls don't feel like they're very much into the whole social season thing to begin with.
No.
I'm still like confused by the miniatures. Like what are they miniatures of? Are they making miniatures of people?
No, I just okay. So I think it's one of the skills that they have to have.
That's like terrible.
It is very much like pageant life where you have to have a special talent. So like, you can play music or you can paint or you can, make miniatures
poetry and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can be I don't think cooking at that point was a desirable skill because everybody's got maids and shit. Yeah.
It was more the embroidery and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or archery and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I pick up what you're putting down.
Though.
Yeah. You got to have the special talent for when the judges show up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So moving on, we meet Simon, the Duke.
The Duke of Hastings.
Our clear leading man who goes to see his favorite and our favorite, Lady Danbury. She informs us that she will be holding the first ball of the season and Simon must attend. Lady Danbury, I mean,
obsessed.
She next to the queen, she is the queen.
I love she has better lines than the queen too.
Mm-hmm. And better clothes. Like I would watch a show of just her. She's fantastic. Yeah. I love her wit. I love her house. I love she's just fantastic. I love her. I love everything she decides to do.
I was like, the clothing in the show is a big deal as well. Like they made all that shit from scratch.
Mm-hmm. And it shows.
It
I
shows.
enjoy I enjoy everything that anybody puts on, even like the gaudy stuff that the Featherington girls wear. It's still very pretty, like for our time. That for them it's gaudy as hell.
Seems like a lot of work.
What,
Just
getting dressed? Or
getting dressed, and like the I don't know. I would have been a poor person digging a ditch in the fields.
We need husbands, Eric. It's all for husbands. We all need husbands.
I'm not the target audience. I would be in the fields, and they'd be like, "Oh, he looks like a strong one. Get him to dig us a fresh ditch. Have him feed the pigs."
You said you wanted to be the Duke of this.
Right.
This
you can't be a Duke.
I'm not Duke material. My daddy ain't shit. He didn't leave me nothing.
Sounds like there's going to be some dueling going on.
Maybe I can duel my way to the top.
Maybe you have to.
Yeah. Even though it's
a lot
illegal,
of trials
you got
by
to do it at dawn, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So next scene, we go to Anthony having sex with the opera singer, Sienna, and offends her because, of course, he does. I don't know if you can tell, but I hate Anthony. And I enjoy the opera singer because she has a lovely, raspy voice. But I cannot with Anthony just at all. He's
kind of the worst.
He is the absolute worst. Like the absolute worst.
He has no problem with women not being ladies when we're smashing, but
he does not.
As soon as it's over, now you want to be a fuckboy.
And the fact that he told her, he was like, "Yeah, well, I got to protect my sister. Oh, well, she's lucky to have somebody to protect her. Yeah, I know. Well, she's a lady, so you know."
She's a lady, and you ain't shit.
Right? Yeah,
Anyway, clean yourself up. Gotta go. Bye.
Right, bye. She's an opera singer, and she has a lovely voice. Sienna, you can do much better. So now we move to the Danbury ball. Anthony is horrible, and he shouldn't be in charge of anyone's matchmaking, not even his own. He goes to each suitor and just points out their faults to their face, and is ruining Daphne's chances left, right, and fucking center.
Some of those guys were trash, just straight
up.
But
let her know that in private. Don't say it to their fucking face. Like, "Oh, Lord so-and-so, you have a booger in your nose. Get the fuck out of here." Like,
I feel like back then, that's kind of the way you had to handle things. You couldn't just hand her some flashcards.
That is not how you handle things.
I think we could do like a little aside where we kind of like move off to the side.
Like, don't talk to him. He's got bad breath. Don't talk to him. He ain't got no money.
You do it the way that Miranda Priestley
yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Emily
when Andy
and her. Yes.
Yep,
That's how
exactly
you
what I
do
was
it.
thinking.
They come and they talk to you, and then you whisper in her ear, "He's got no money and like an illegitimate baby. Don't." And then she politely, dances with him, but she's not going anywhere with him. That's what you do. But he doesn't know that because he's fucking an opera singer and not taking his role seriously. I, again, hate Anthony. We'll get there.
Anthony did not pass the vibe check.
At all. So to get away from Anthony, Daphne goes and gets some punch. She then meets Lord Bareback, or Burbrook. Thank you. He slinks over.
Lord Bareback.
That's like Bridgerton XXX.
You're gonna cut that
That's
out.
The
right?
fan fiction. Lord Bareback.
You're gonna cut that. Please cut that out.
Oh my god, don't cut that. I love that.
Anyway, Lord Barebrook. Burbrook. Now I can't even say it.
It's not easy.
He's bareback from now on. Lord Bareback.
All right. So Lord Bareback, Burbrook, slinks over to Daphne. She tries to get away because he's creepy.
And he's got mutton chops. I would never trust
and they're
that
not
man.
good. They're not good mutton chops. Like,
scary.
you can have kind of good mutton chops. Those are not.
No.
You're not Wolverine.
No.
He's one of the few people that can pull off mutton chops.
He looks like a frog in the face, but my God.
See, he looks like a rat. Like a rat with mutton chops that became a human and then became a drunk. That's what this man looks like.
You remember that guy in Princess and the Frog, and he was like Naveen's like assistant? That's who he looks like to me. And he like made the deal with Lord Facilier. so that he could turn into the prince. That's who he reminds me of. There's something about his face that gives me creepy Disney henchman.
He reminds me of the guy from Harry Potter, the one who cuts his hand off for Voldemort.
Yes.
Who also turned into a rat, so it makes sense.
Keep talking. I will remember it.
Yeah.
No, either we get this out now or while I'm doing this, I'll just like blurt it out, and I don't want to do that. Okay, well, I'll just keep going.
He was in Goblet of Fire.
Yes, no, I know. God. And Ron had him. It's Scabbers, but that's not who it is. Fuck. You've got to cut all of this out. This
Scabbers.
That's who he is, but that's not who
I don't remember any of this.
Yes, you do.
You know that I'm late to Harry Potter. Do not.
Wormtail. Peter Pettigrew. Peter Pettigrew. No.
Boom.
Yes?
I don't know. I'm saying yes.
Yes, Peter Pettigrew. Okay. Sorry. I had to get
Sometimes you gotta get that out of, you gotta go down that trail.
Yeah. I also did his never mind. Well, that is for a podcast for another day. I am so sorry, gentle listeners. That's
for the Harry Potter podcast coming soon.
So, as I was saying, to get away from Lord Bareback, because that's what we're calling him.
Yep.
Daphne is not looking where she's going, and she bumps into the Yummy Duke because, of course, she does. And it was I liked the meet cute that they had.
Are we glossing over the Yummy part?
I said the Yummy Duke.
Okay, we just said it so fast I didn't get to just focus on that part. He is handsome.
He is
very good.
He is what we in the business call a Disney Prince model. He looks
he does have a Disney Prince vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, show up at Orlando in 2022 and I'll find you.
He was also on that other Shonda Rhimes show. What was it, For the People?
Yes.
It was about like new public defenders or whatever.
Yeah.
But he had an American accent in that.
I enjoyed that for the most part. Listen, if Shonda likes you, she'll keep you around.
Shonda will stay employing the good people of her shows. Mm-hmm. She will find a role for you.
She will. Mm-hmm. So just, keep that in your back pocket. And now he's leading man in this Netflix, getting all that.
Now he's the Duke.
Paper. Yes. So they bump into each other. They have a cute meet cute. That makes Bearbrook leave, but he skulks away, and it's a whole big thing. And then she learns that Simon and Anthony are friends, like very good friends. They went to school together. I'll say school because I can't remember whether it's called university.
It's university. Yeah.
It's university. Okay. So they went to university together. And they are very good friends. Next, we see Daphne hopping out of bed. She's super excited because she is like, listen, I am the diamond of the season. I'm going to have all the suitors. But she's sadly mistaken because all those suitors are at Marina's.
Yep.
Because Marina's the diamond of the season because she's adorable and super cute. And she doesn't have a brother who fucks up everything. Anthony comes over to her house and is like, ooh, am I the first one here? Fantastic. And sits down next to his sister. You're not dating your sister, Anthony. You're trying to get other people to date your sister. You sitting there is ruining fucking everything. Everything. I hate him.
I still don't really know what his motive is behind how he treats her. Like why, especially if it's going to increase your social standing, which is what you want. Like you want more acclaim and fortune to your family's name. So what is really the point of you is that
before or after the mom basically curses him out and it's like, you want to be the head of the family, then be the fucking head of the family?
This is before.
Okay.
I think that's in episode 2, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was in the first one because I remember him going back to the opera singer. Yeah, they covered a lot in that first episode.
Mm-hmm. They feel like very long episodes, which is fine.
They are they're taking advantage of Netflix where it's a legit hour. Some are like an hour and 5. It's not like Grey's Anatomy where it's an hour, but it's really 42 minutes with commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, we know all about that. But yes, no. To your point, okay. I think because he genuinely does think that he knows what he's doing. I just don't think he actually gets it, because all of us know that Bear Brook is a bad guy. Like it's written all over his Wormtail face. I don't understand why he doesn't see that. But also, and still, as his mother says to him later on, you're doing all of this. You want to be the Viscount. Yes. You want to be the Viscount, but you're not doing any of the things that a Viscount would do. You're
just bossing people around. You're not putting the legwork.
You would have had, like, if your father were here, he would have already known who he was going to set Daphne up with. It would have been someone of good standing, someone that would bring prestige to the family, keep the family in the lifestyle that we're all used to, and the match would have been done, set, end of the season. Like we would have been good. However, that's not what you're doing, and you're not even doing that with yourself, because you should have been married a long time ago, but you're fucking that opera singer who has no chance of you and her being together.
She called her something too, like a strollop or some shit like that. One of those very old timey words that basically means whore.
Which is like, that's unfair, because Sienna is very nice and she is trying to up her station. I genuinely think that she really
loves him.
Love Anthony. Yes. No, I genuinely think she loves Anthony.
Side note,
go ahead.
Isn't Anthony already married? Doesn't he already have a wife?
No.
Okay, because I definitely thought that's what he said.
No, that's the thing. That's why the mom is like, you want to be taken seriously.
She was like, you should have a wife by now,
right? But you don't. Like you can't actually tell Daphne who and what she should be doing when you've never been married. I have, and he's cutting his mom like she doesn't know what she's doing.
Yep. In the meantime, he's running around slinging D all over town.
Right. So,
that's why she was like, you're waiting on your brothers to like do the job.
Right.
Yep.
Got it.
But you want the title.
I promise I watched this episode.
No, it's fine.
Like I said, there was a lot to cover in the first episode.
It was a whole lot. So we move on to the Featherington household, where Marina and Colin are sitting in a tree. And this, of course, just like Lady Featherington, she does not like this. And of course, she has a busybody maid who is like, we need to get that farm girl the fuck up out of here, because she's really messing up your 3 daughters situation.
And you're a maid, so like, what are you doing?
She's a lady's maid. And ladies' maids are supposed to be your best friend. So it's basically her, Lady Featherington's best friend, is like, girl, we don't like this. Let's get her out of here. Let's figure it out. Basically.
Or we could focus on our other 3 daughters.
Yep.
And getting them together.
That's the thing. Like I would be like, yes, let Marina bring all of those guys, and then you
catch the spillover.
Right. Like all of you wait, and when one of them is not talking to Marina, if you like them, jump in their fucking face and be like, hey,
and you go out with your pretty friend and you catch the spillover, or the person that
It's not hard. Like it's not rocket science. We could really get this done. But
nope. She's got to hate on Marina.
Let's hate on the super cute cousin, because reasons. Okay, so we pick up at Daphne and the Viscountess. They are taking in an opera. They run into the Queen and Lady Danbury. The Queen says something shady about how Daphne doesn't have any suitors, and when she tells people who's hot shit, usually you're supposed to, use that. Daphne's not using it. The Queen scurries off. Lady Danbury's like, hey guys, come into my box. I insist. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And she basically says, Viscountess, we gotta put these 2 people together. The Duke, he's pretending like he doesn't want to get married to anybody. Daphne got such glowing reviews from the Queen. We have to use that. Let's put these 2 together. It was very Parent Trap, and I enjoy it. Thoughts? I mean, don't all speak at once.
No, honestly, I'm trying to remember this scene.
You don't remember?
No. I'm drawing a blank on that one.
I'll set it up. So,
I mean, you did, and I understand it, and I know where it goes. I'm just like in the order of the episode. I'm like, I don't remember this at all.
I know And a large part, I think, of the reason why they wanted to set them up is because Lady Whistledown had written about them both recently.
Yes.
And they were like, listen, like, why give her more, like let's spin this into our advantage. And she's like, the Duke loves gooseberry pie. And
Lady Viscountess said, "Oh, that's what my
that's
house,
my cook's specialty."
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Like, we're gonna set them up like over dinner. Like, come over, like have him come over for dinner. I'll invite him. Blah blah blah.
Right. Is that ringing any bells, Eric?
A little bit. I remember the dinner.
Okay, because they're in the box and they're watching the opera singer.
Right. Yeah. Who again? Lovely voice.
I like Sienna. I would watch. I'd watch a standalone, not a whole show, just an episode.
You know what I would actually like, and this is no, we're not doing that. I was gonna do some spoiling, and I'm not going to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I was like,
thank you.
You know what I'd actually like? Spoil. Nope. Not gonna do that. Okay. So something's going on with Marina's bed, y'all, and that's basically all we got going on there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can infer, but it doesn't get really brought up until a couple.
We figure it out. It by the end of the episode, we know.
I did not, like, when I watched it, I was like, okay, like, I didn't realize like such a large amount of time had also passed.
Yeah.
So like then she says like it's been a month. So I was like, oh, okay. What's the problem? And then I figured it out. You
didn't figure it out when she was like pulling all of her sheets and stuff and looking.
No, I just thought she was like being like nosy and like trying to look for things that like would get her kicked out. I didn't realize it was that.
No, but I mean, like when Marina, like the next scene is Marina like pulling off her sheets and looking real worried.
Oh no, I didn't. Must not have even paid attention to that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad.
All right. So the next scene after the scene that Courtney did not register, Simon.
See, I'm not the only one. Like I said, it was a lot to cover in that first episode.
It was. I remembered the maid, just not Marina. Sorry, Marina. Sorry, girl. I do like you.
We have Simon joining the Bridgerton family for dinner. I love the family dinner. It solidified that I enjoy the Bridgerton household way more than I like the Featherington household. And this
she even pointed out, like, what's her name's like, oh, well, you have all the kids at the single table.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And that was weird to me. I was like, do you not eat? Is there like you have to have a kids table?
Well,
I guess for 18,
high
13,
society.
Yeah, like the kids would eat with the nanny.
You eat in another room, you little bastards.
Yeah, I mean, because then you wouldn't have Hyacinth and Gregory throwing peas across the fucking table,
arguing with each other.
Like,
come back when you can hold intelligent conversation, you little shit.
Basically.
Daphne and her baby bangs are talking real spicy to the Duke. Like, I don't even know why you're here. And I'm like, Daphne,
you know why he's here, right?
You know why the fuck
there's a reason they sat you next to each other.
Right.
Figure it out.
We can't be that dense.
It's the bangs, guys.
Blocks her brainwaves.
Yep.
Yeah. And like the back and forth that they had was very, to me, very much Pride and Prejudice, very, I don't like you, but you are very nice to look at. I don't like you, but those bangs, if you push those bangs back, maybe you'd be cute. Like, you know, I enjoyed it. I could see where we were going, and I do like the chemistry there. So, your thoughts?
Do you?
You don't? Okay. Let's talk about it.
Maybe it's just because I've only watched like the first 2 episodes, but there's something forced, I think, about the chemistry between the two of them. And I know, like, you know, during the 1800s, you get married young because you're expected to be fertile for a while and have children and carry the family name. But there's something so young looking about her that I'm just like,
it's those fucking bangs.
It's always creepy to me when they have these shows and you remember that the fact that most of these people are married at like 14, and popping out babies by 16, and most of them die in childbirth because everyone's a fucking idiot medically back then.
Didn't they say like didn't they try to put one of the girls on like an arsenic diet or something like that?
Yeah.
That seemed like a bad idea.
But the doctor prescribed me cocaine.
Yes. opium. Why not? There's something that kind of feels off about their chemistry, and I don't know if it's just because I think she looks so young in comparison to him, but also I don't. Sometimes you watch like pieces that are supposed to be period, and they like you can really feel, I think, like the sexual tension between the characters, and I don't really feel it yet. I don't know if it's something that kind of comes as the series moves along, but I personally don't feel it.
I feel okay. So then to me, I think that's a good thing because she's supposed to be virgin, not knowing literally anything. So her talking to him, it's supposed to be just, well, there's nothing there because she don't know about nothing. What does she know? Literally nothing. This is the first interaction with a guy that she's actually been able to have besides Bearbrook creeping in and
Bareback.
Lord Bareback
creeping in and being all creepy to her. So I feel like
she is a great big dummy.
She is. Well, but it's not her fault because no one's telling her anything.
I am clearly looking for Harlequin novels.
You are. But no one's told her anything. So she's stupid because by their own design. I mean, they could all tell her.
Fair point.
They could all tell her. They could all tell all of them. Like Eloise, for using Eloise as an example. Eloise is trying to be very educated in the sense of, okay, but they want us to get married, but nobody's telling us anything because remember when we heard mom almost basically die, and we're supposed to act like, no, that's just, what we do. When really, there's a lot of things that they're not telling us. I enjoy Eloise in that sense, that she is not as naive as Daphne is for the most part. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Daphne's naivety gets a little annoying at some points. Especially when you got a smart sister right there who's like, hey, read a book, you stupid.
Eloise very much hands Daphne her ass a lot of times.
Yeah.
So, moving on. This is where Anthony gets told about himself from his mother.
Yeah.
Which is about time. And he promptly goes and dumps Sienna in the worst possible way. I am going to have sex with you. And
then I'm going to break up with you.
I am going to break up with you. Literally in the sex bed that we just made.
That is fuckboy 101.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He literally does the thing that any like rich white guy does when they get told about themselves. They have to go with the extreme opposite amount. Like, oh, well, I can't just do this in phases. Like maybe we should see each other less. Nope. All right. Mom said I'm a fuckboy. You're out. Peace. And you gotta go line up some dipshit dudes for my sister.
And now I like care about you. I've obviously like opened my body to you. I've put all these things on the line for you. You said you would take care of me, and now you're going back on your word. And that's when I would show up with a surprise pregnancy.
I feel like that might come a couple episodes later. Dun dun dun.
Okay. So we have yet another ball. This one might be my favorite ball. It was very beautiful. The twinkly lights and being outside. I just loved all of it.
Oh, was this when we discovered electricity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I did like that.
Yes. Everyone has a bunch of things on their mind. Like Simon is again Simon is again accosted by mothers. And they remark about his father, and you can kind of tell that is not what he wants to hear at all. So there is clearly something there. Anthony informs Daphne that she is marrying Lord Bareback, and this is exciting news because Anthony has done his job and he can stick it to his mom. He is the
He basically was like, see, she yelled at me. I knocked it all out in 24 hours. Boom. Yep. Dumped the hooker. Boom. Got her a fucking a dude to marry her. He's all right. He's got some money or whatever the fuck. Boom. I'm nailing this shit. I'm done. Lord. Yep. Yeah. Bunch of dumb women telling me what to do. God. Figured it out.
All of that. I fucking hate Anthony. Elsewhere in the Featherington household, people are sick. People can't come. Or are they? We find out that Marina is pregnant, y'all. Boop, 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 boop.
Well,
Because of course.
Lady Featherington basically busts in her room and is like, boom, you haven't bled. It's been a month.
And I was like, what is she talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like a warm-blooded woman.
It took me 30 seconds. Like, oh.
And I went, that is the exact same face I made. I was like, I can see where this would cause a problem.
It's 1813. Yeah, this is how they do things.
But did anybody else feel like Lord Featherington was like sketchball? Because I was like, is she like, is he the father of the baby? Because that's where I went first, because of the way he was looking at her when the suitors were in the room. And I was like, what is this? Like, what is this dynamic?
So I thought that he was going to be the type of husband that, like, when his wife is like, meh, 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 he's just like,
checked out.
Right.
Yes, dear.
Shut up. Right. And is doing his own thing. So I thought that he like already knew, and which is why he brought her there to get a advantageous marriage, so that, you know, because she is his cousin, like his family. So I figured he already knew that was a thing, and he was helping out his brother and helping out his family name. That is what I thought.
Yeah, shipped her there from the farm, like get her hitched up, get her sent back, and you know, maybe no one will know about this pregnancy.
Right.
You know.
Right, to keep his name in good standing.
Yeah.
His family name in good standing. But also, I'm very stunned that both of you had no idea when she was like pulling up her covers that she was pregnant. Like, that's when I knew she was pregnant. But
it didn't register to me at first, and then when she busts in there like the fucking police and was like, "Why haven't you?"
Threw it down. Like, ma'am, you're gonna have to pick it up.
My thought process was like Law and Order SVU, and she was just looking to be like investigating. I didn't know that she was looking for like blood. Sorry, TMI.
What was she? What? Okay, let's go down.
Maybe that was her family secret. She was a.
I thought she was like. I thought she was like, I don't know, looking for like money or like something that could have like she could have brought to the Baron Featherington and been like, look, this is what she's like, this is who she is. Like, now she's brought this into our house. She needs to leave. I didn't know that that's what that was. But also, you are the expert on all things British, so I feel like you could know.
As soon as you go like flipping the bed, the covers real fast, and are looking at stuff, I'm like, oh, somebody either is pregnant or somebody can't get pregnant because they're bleeding.
Wow. Yeah. Pardon me for not knowing the monthly cycles of women in the 1800s.
That's why I'm here, because I know them. So, anyways, moving on. We're back to the really nice ball outside, and Daphne has just been told that she has to marry that booger, and she
Lord Weaselface.
Yes, she needs some time for herself, and he again will not give it to her. He comes creeping up out of nowhere, out of the bushes, and shows his true colors, which we all knew. And accosts her and creeps all over her and like grabs her a little bit.
He basically tells her like, yeah, you better get with me or people aren't going to believe that you were out here in the, what was it? The dark walk or some shit like that by yourself. He basically says you were out here being a whore.
Right.
So if you don't get with me, I'll tell everybody. Yeah.
Right.
This is where people come to get the D, and you were out here by yourself.
Looking for some D. And I came to tell you about it. Or was I looking for some D? Who knows? And
he was just being a creepy stalker.
Simon is walking because he needs some air, because too many people have told him he looks like his dad. And he is going to help Daphne with her booger situation. Every time I say it, his face pops up. I just can't. And
which I thought was stupid. He doesn't look anything like his dad. He looks more like his mom.
He does. Yes. He looks very much like his mom, who looked like a sweet woman, but we'll get there. And Daphne takes care of her bareback situation, pops him one good one.
Two-piece, no biscuit.
Yes. And he goes down fucking flat, and it is lovely. Like, even Simon's taking it back. He's like, ooh, look at you handling business.
I saw the cartoon birds fluttering around his head.
And so, Simon comes over to ask Daphne how her hand is, and basically is like, I'm going to escort you back. Daphne goes, well, no, you can't escort me anywhere because, as Eric said, this is Dark Walk where everyone looks for D. And if I come back with you, then it looks a little shady and my reputation will be ruined. So they come up with a plan because Simon is like, listen, I don't want to deal with these moms anymore. You need a duke because the queen has already called you the diamond, but that diamond's getting a little dusty. So the plan is Daphne and Simon will pretend like they like each other and that they're becoming more acquainted. And that will stop mothers from asking for Simon and get more suitors to look after Daphne, because every woman knows once you get a man, all the other men want you.
Gotta tame that shrew.
Yes. Thoughts?
Makes sense.
It's not a bad
dumb
plan.
English way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad plan. Also, the end dance of this ball is one of my favorites. I love the music. I love the dance that they did.
Yeah, the music thing is a little weird because they do that thing like they did in Westworld where they take contemporary songs and then they have them redone in like string orchestra or with
That's
like,
my favorite.
Yeah, in Westworld they did it with like player piano, so they would have like, modern songs but done on a player piano to sound old-timey Western, which was kind of cool. I don't know if it works so well in this. Like, maybe I don't know too many. Like, I know there's that one Billie Eilish song they played, and then
Ariana Grande.
It's a little weird. See, I didn't know the other one. I play it with
Billie Eilish.
I play it with subtitles, so like it tells me the name of the song playing, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Further on, they don't do it as much.
Okay.
I kind of miss when like music was a big deal for like a Shonda production, because like on Grey's Anatomy, like they had like How to Save a Life, and I still cry when I like listen to it, which is so lame. But I used to watch Rain, so if you ever watched Rain, they would do the thing where they would actually play the contemporary songs, like so like the actual version. So I think this is kind of like a nice blend of the two to make it like a little more believable.
Yes.
Sometimes like I've seen people complain about that, where there's like, oh, well, that type of melody wouldn't exist in the 1800s. Like, all right, well, just shut up, you fucking turbo nerd. Yeah.
I mean, must we pick apart every? I mean, I guess we must. Otherwise, there would be no podcast. But don't be those people, please.
Yeah.
People got to people. You know that.
They do. I will say I don't feel like they've thought all of this all the way through. Like at some point, like you're going to need to progress the relationship. So while he can hold your hand, like right now, like what are you going to do when like people are expecting more of the relationship? Like,
well, I mean, even for that time, holding hands was scandalous.
Okay, but then you'll be like engaged next week, and then you'll be married the week after, and then pregnant the next week. So
yep.
Yeah,
it just seems like we're not thinking about how fast this is all going to.
You got to push that ball down the hill. Boom, we're going to get there.
You gotta, yeah.
So, I mean, it sounds like a fine plan until you like actually start thinking about all of the other things.
Well, but here's the thing. Okay, so for Daphne, her plan is I will get a guy that will like me. Like I the week that we're doing this, because to your point, Courtney, yes, it should progress pretty quickly. I'll have like 2 days of really good suitors, and then I'll have to pick from one of those suitors which one I want. It's not really a good enough thing for Simon, because after Daphne leaves you, you're still going to have to deal with those mothers, especially after being jilted by someone who doesn't have a stronger title than you.
But Simon said that his intention was to leave. He was only here to settle the father's affairs, which is why he agreed to like help Daphne, because it would get the people off his back, and then he would leave town. Like he's gone. So he's like, you know what? I only have to do this for a couple of weeks. This will be enough time for me to get the thing settled at home, and then I'm out of here. Like
he's adorable in thinking that Lady Danbury would let him leave.
Like, absolutely. He's not going anywhere.
No.
She's kind of forcing him to be social by throwing parties at her house where he's staying.
He's like coming downstairs to eat breakfast, and she's like, oh, there's a ball here. Go get dressed. Sorry.
Yeah.
And he's never going to say no to her. So
no, because she's like his de facto mom.
I love it so much.
Okay, so that is the end of episode 1. Moving right along into episode 2, which is called Shock and Delight. We begin with a flashback. Simon's birth. His father is a royal ass, and his mother kills herself trying to give him.
She didn't kill herself.
Husband.
She dies in childbirth.
Well, okay, but here's
she didn't choose to die. Like that's
she did choose to die because the doctor told her, like, after so many babies, you can't have them. Probably stop. And she had a horrible husband who was like, I need
a son. I need an heir.
Right. I need to further this lineage. Give me that baby. So yeah, she killed herself.
Well, that's not choosing. That's at that time the mindset was like, oh, I have to do what he says because it's the 1800s and this is how things go because it's stupid. But like she wasn't like, all right, baby's done. I'm out. Deuces.
Lady Danbury had to watch her friend die while the husband horrible. Is like, ugh,
yeah,
that was
awful
horrible.
Person.
He's just like, I got a boy. All right.
And I'm like, this woman is bleeding everywhere.
And the doctor's not saying anything. The doctor's just like, this is a lot of blood, y'all.
There's only so much that arsenic can do for you. Like, what else could he have done for her?
He's going to prescribe that cocaine.
Oh gosh.
Is that when did they do leeches? I do remember that being like a thing. Like they would put leeches onto like bloodlet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you can't really put leeches on during childbirth.
The early 1800s.
Where would you get a leech from anyway?
A good doctor's got him in his bag.
Right.
That's true.
The leech is there waiting and willing.
He's got a bag. He's got a jar of leeches. He's got a pouch of cocaine, a little bit of opium in case things get, a little celebratory. Like, boom, this baby's done. Let's go smoke opium, guys. I did it.
That is a Mary Poppins movie that I have never seen. Yep. Not sure which one
that's not the type of sugar she was talking about. She was talking about that booger sugar.
Nose candy.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, his mother dies. Lady Danbury is there with her dear friend, and it is horrible. And his horrible dad is like, I've got the next Duke. Look at this adorable
He's
baby.
like, I got a boy. You handle whatever. Don't bleed all over his sheets later.
Right. Oh God, Simon was the cutest little baby. Like,
as we my further, gosh,
they picked the cutest kids to be
absolutely.
Simon. Oh my God,
they did a very good job with the casting there.
Such a good job. Those little faces. So the next, after we get out of the flashback, we have Daphne and Simon negotiating terms. 7 balls. No, it goes down to 6 balls. I think they ended with. Did they end with 7 balls or is it 6?
I think it's 6 and they have to do like promenades.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They have to be promptly seen and he has to buy real expensive roses. No, real expensive.
They have to go flowers. To like get ice cream and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I assume the social season is the summer because everyone's doing a lot of shit outside.
Yes.
Because the winter in England is terrible.
I mean, summer's not that much better.
They're happy they get like 3 days of sunshine, so you got to do everything you can.
You have to do what you can before the clouds show up.
Yep, like we got to have a picnic. Everybody picnic now.
Run, don't walk.
We're gonna picnic. We're gonna do archery. It's like summer camp, but we only get like 2 days.
Okay, so over in the Featherington household, the girls want to know about Marina's condition,
her sudden illness.
Mm-hmm. Which Lady Featherington tells them is catching, to which Eloise and Penn discuss and prompts Eloise to ask about babies in the most shocking and forceful way possible. I low-key love Eloise.
Same.
I love her. Like, she has such a strong voice and she's just matter of fact.
Most of her conversations are like, but why though?
She reminds me very much of my sister. And
I can see that.
Yes.
I can see that.
I enjoy her immensely.
I think she's like strong-willed, and I think that's what I like about her. In the sea of like proper ladies and stuff, she's like the only one who's like, okay, but there's got to be more to life.
She's asking the questions of these dumb traditions.
I cannot wait until we get her season where she is running from a guy because it's like, no, I don't plan on doing that. And then she gets married. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna be
Spoilers.
I was like, hold up. What?
I have to keep stopping myself because I'm like, no. You have more information than these two bunks.
We are on season 1, madam.
I'm like, multiple seasons.
We're only 2
did we get
episodes
approved
in.
for this for the next season?
Okay. Moving on. Daphne gets more callers. Anthony shows up with splotchy face Lord Bareback, and I hate both of them. Everything is just terrible. Anthony running in there, pushing over the suitors with like big flowers, just being gross. And then that rat face, like coming in there, like, you told me I was going to marry your sister. And it's like,
coming in so people can't see his black eye.
Right. Like, get the fuck out of here. A hotter, more established man is looking at my sister. Move, get away. Like this is lovely for everyone.
It's also shocking to him because he doesn't approve of the Duke and his sister.
No, because I mean the Duke has
because he knows the type
Anthony,
of man whore that his friend is.
Well, that, and he has famously told him that he never wants to get married and never wants to have children. So this is very shocking to him. Thoughts, Courtney?
I'm sorry, I like completely blanked. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Do you see me having like, I'm mentally trying to put together like words and it's coming out like right now. Just move on for me while I figure out how to think again.
Okay. That's
no. Thankfully, this episode is a lot less packed, which is why you might not remember it.
Yes. Okay. Come back to me. Hold on. I'm back.
Okay. Go.
Okay. He just shows up in the parlor doing the absolute most, like, is right. He's coming in very hot.
Yes.
And Anthony's like, okay, but like, you're not doing like anything for our case because you're coming in here sweaty. You look gross. Like, he's like, we're going to get it all settled. Like, calm down. And I think this is the first time I think Anthony's spoken with like a millimeter of like sense. And I'm just like, okay, I mean, this is like long overdue, but whatever. Like, I guess you've decided to show up for school today. That's fine.
Okay. So Simon indulges in boxing with his friend Will. Another yummy slice. And Anthony shows up because of course he does. Anthony cannot fight. However, he demands answers from Simon.
He basically shows up. He's like, don't talk to my sister. God.
About why he is courting Daphne. And Simon's just like, because I want to. Anything else? Got anything else on?
Cuz bitch, see me with them hands.
Right. And he can't. Like so bad. I hate Anthony. I want to like him because I enjoy the actor, but my God, he is.
Is he in something else that's like significant? Is he someone I should know?
Or
no, he's just like good in this role, but we hate his character.
He is a good actor, like on just about like a British procedural that I don't think you can find anymore. There was Law and Order Britain that I used to watch, and he was on that for a while. He plays a good lawyer.
I could see that.
So,
okay.
He was also on Broadchurch.
Yes. Did you watch Broadchurch? It's on Netflix.
Listen. No.
Okay. All right. Okay.
He was also on the first season of Crashing with Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Did you watch
Good show. A lot of British shows.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, this is like a BBC like Stan account for sure.
It really is. We enjoy the BBC here. Not what you're doing to Doctor Who, but this is not a Doctor Who podcast.
That's next season. Sorry.
That is next.
I mean, the new season does start soon. I think in March.
Yeah, but okay. Sidebar. Sorry. I don't want to see a pasty white man as another companion. If we had
our pasty white man and we loved him.
And we loved him. Why are you bringing this guy on who looks the same age as the Doctor, quote unquote? And no, I see what you're doing and I don't fucking like it. I don't.
He looks much older than the Doctor.
I mean, but that's white man face. He
looks very leathery,
older, but he does. That's not his age. He's not that. He's going to.
They put him in a hip jacket.
They can put him off the side of the TARDIS. Okay, so we are back. Sorry, that was a
Sidebar
sneak
done.
peek. Right, that was a sneak peek.
Sir, she put you on the side of the TARDIS.
I don't like him.
No room for leathery old white men.
No.
Buckle up, sir.
Okay, so we are back, and it is flashback time. Simon does not speak, and when he does, it comes out in an adorable little stutter. And his father is a right ass about it.
Yeah, his father being the worst. It's just like, all right, well, I tried. This one's no good. Toss him out.
Right. So I don't have an heir because this one stutters, even though he's so cute. And the nurse is like, no, just like give him some time. He just needs to learn how to calm himself when he speaks. No. He's an idiot. And
this one's a dud. Gotta go.
Get him out of here.
Yep. Send him to the country.
God, I hate this man.
Also, our child has been through like a massive trauma. Like my mother died giving birth to me, and my only form of
attachment
is my dad,
right?
Who couldn't give two shits about me.
He basically walks in and goes, "Speak, idiot."
Right. Oof.
I think he even calls him like a buffoon or something like that.
He does.
Or simpleton. He calls him a simpleton.
And I mean, he's maybe all of like
he's like
6
4
years old.
Yeah.
I remember watching that. I was like, yeah, simpleton. That's a good one. We got to bring that back.
My mom says simpleton a lot.
Yeah.
Which I enjoy.
You got to bring the like simpleton, buffoon.
Mm-hmm. I get the abbreviated version, just simple.
Yeah.
I like buffoon.
I want to bring back those classics.
Mm-hmm. I like buffoonery. That's fun.
Ooh, my mom likes the tomfoolery.
Yes.
She loves a good tomfoolery.
Yes. The word, not like getting.
No, she hates tomfoolery. Like, don't do it, but she likes the word. She loves to use it.
So we're out of the flashback, and we are with Penn and Marina having a heart-to-heart. Marina informs Penn.
Well, also in that flashback, don't we get Lady Danbury, who's basically like, all right, I'll take the baby.
Not yet.
I thought that was that one.
No.
It's the next one.
It's the next one. Get out of the flat. Like, come on. I'm getting you in the right
flat. I mean, we don't have to do them in order. I mean, like the first episode makes sense to do in order because there was a lot of shit going on.
Would you like to go to Lady Danbury and the flashback?
We all know she's the best part of the show, so you might as well.
All right, well, let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Into the flashback, we have Simon a little bit older. Lady Danbury has found him and is going to see her.
Oh, yeah, because he sends him off to the farm. Yes. Well, not the farm. The farm.
I thought he was sending him to like.
He's basically like, I'm done with this one. Get him out of here. It's not legal for me to have him killed, so just get him out of my face.
Right.
And then Lady Danbury shows up and she's like, oh, this is where you've been. What's your problem, boy? And he stutters a little bit. She's like, all right, we'll take care of that. Your dad's a dick. Right. Let's go.
I got all of this money. People are afraid of me. I'm going to show you how.
That little monologue that she gave was it fantastic? So good. Yeah. I was like, yes, we don't have to accept this. We don't have to accept this. There is power in my voice. And I was like,
when she held his little cheeks.
Oh my God.
Oh.
When she tells him that his mother was her very best
friend.
It was rude and I started crying.
Yeah. She was basically like, come on, you dummy. We're going to fix this up. Let's go.
She did not call him a dummy.
She didn't call him a dummy.
We're gonna fix this up and we're like, your dad looked like a dick.
She basically said, I'm your godmother. I'm going to take care of you. Fuck your dad. We're going to, clean this up. Don't worry. And so Eric didn't want us to talk about it, but we're going to breeze right past it. Penn and Marina have heart to heart about, how babies are made and love letters and such. Eric doesn't want to talk about it anymore, so let's go on. The queen.
I liked it.
I'm just like, that makes sense. I think, is that where she reveals the basically who she thinks the baby daddy is?
No. Okay. Ooh. Do not disparage Marina. She has had one.
She knows who the baby daddy is. She said she was in love with him. They were passing each other biscuits at church, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you have open air church. Like, how did you pass the biscuits? Did you put it in the collection plate and say, Marina?" Like, how did
maybe they were sitting next to each other. She's like, I have a biscuits are code for cookie in England, so maybe I forgot Americans biscuits. Yeah. Because at first I was like, ew, biscuits at church, that sounds dry as shit. But then I remember biscuits. Oh my God, that sounds good. Yeah. Maybe when you get the communion waffle and the communion wine, you're like, ooh, that tastes good. It's a good mixture.
If you haven't eaten anything all day and you've sat at an 8-hour church service, I'm telling you, that communion.
And that's what she was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Old English church. No joke.
They probably had real pieces of bread though.
No, definitely.
You have to have an intermission because people got to stretch their fucking legs.
Mm-hmm. And their minds.
Yep.
Okay. So the queen has invited the Viscountess to tea. Nothing more to see here. Everyone's very excited.
She was basically just trying to get she was trying to get the real tea.
We haven't gotten there yet. I'm just saying that
we just received the invitation in the mail.
We just received the invitation. Did you want to talk about it? Because we can just jump to it. You want to jump to it?
I can't remember the order of things in the episode, but I remember what led to what. So that's why I'm saying I don't remember.
This was my favorite part of the episode because I was like, why? Wait, are we going to talk about it?
Eric wants to.
That's basically what everyone asked. Is like, why does she want you for tea?
Oh, all right. Okay.
Oh, I didn't care about that. No. You know what I cared about? The red nose candy that we were doing. Yes. And I was like, what is this?
Oh, the queen.
Like,
the queen got her
red
prescription.
Cocaine is this? And I was like, and she's doing it just like so cavalier. And I was just like, all right, well.
I wondered at first why she sent away. It was like, get me the better Coke. This one stepped on.
And then she was like, he's nosy and he's a gossip.
Yeah.
So what's really happening?
He's a chatty Cathy. Give me all the tea.
Right. And hurry up before he comes back. So basically the Viscountess is like, yeah, she's going to marry that booger. We don't actually want that. And so the queen is like, listen, maybe invite the booger's family over, ply them full of stuff.
She basically told them that like there are ears everywhere.
Right.
Get them going.
Get the goss.
Because I think the queen wanted her to have a more interesting suitor. Because no one liked Lord Bareback.
The queen didn't want to be wrong.
Yeah.
But that is spoiler territory, Eric. How dare you? But yeah, no. So Viscountess, Bridgerton.
Let's just call her Mama Bridgerton because we keep forgetting the term and we're like, is it lady? Is it countess? Viscountess? Just Mama Bridgerton.
Okay, so Mama Bridgerton,
Mama B,
invites Daphne's soon-to-be mother-in-law, Lady Bareback, and she
has zero couth.
Yeah, She was the closest thing to a British hillbilly.
Yes.
It was giving banjo.
Yeah.
Ooh. She's
just somebody playing a violin, very banjo like
plucking the violin string. I
was like, oh, get out of here, you horrible hillbilly.
Bumpkin, and I'm just like, nobody wants to be pumped full of this man's baby.
But listen, the reason that she's there is so that we can get the real tea from
get the maids talking. Yeah.
Yes. And her lady's maid spills all that good. Bareback went bareback and had a baby.
Ooh, play on words.
That was good.
Yeah, do you like that?
See, now it makes sense.
It does. He had a baby with a maid and then shipped them off, does not pay any attention to them, does not pay for them. He is a deadbeat dad. We don't want this, but he's not paying his child support as a scandal, and that is what we are going to do.
Yep. And they get the maids going in a sewing circle.
Yes, and I love it.
Like, hey, girl, you know don't take care of that baby,
you
right?
do know that,
and you see the other lady in the background, and she goes back to tell her friend, and she's like,
and they tell two friends, and they tell two friends, and then it all gets back to Lady Whistlebottom.
Yep.
Much like the spread of this virus.
Whistlebottom. Oh my God, Eric, we could have named this podcast Whistlebottom.
Whistlebottom sounds like old English slang for a fart. You got the whistlebottom.
Whistleblowers, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Whistleblowing.
Well, they were whistleblowing. They were giving out all the secrets.
Okay, so now that I've done that, like I don't know where we are. Where are we?
Right now, we are at all of the everyone gossiping about Burbook, and then Lady Whistledown publishes her papers, and then she like formally like outs him as a deadbeat dad, and then he goes ghost.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we've missed okay, so going back, there is another ball where Simon and Daphne debut as loves, and Anthony is upset, very upset, and Simon lets it slip that Bareback is not the man that he thinks he is.
Yeah, he lets it slip that she's the one that socked him.
Right, that Daphne is Rock'em Sock'em Robot and,
he
took care of herself.
Trying to, like, besmirch her.
Right. And
Yeah.
so Anthony turns to him and says, fuck off, leave her alone. You get away before I do worse, which, you know, was nice. But still, I don't like him. And I also love the song that is playing when Daphne and Simon go in to
Is it
their
In
what?
My Blood, Shawn Mendes? Is that what it was?
No, it's not. It is a new song called Simon and Lady Danbury. It's lovely.
Oh, so it's something that was written for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's lovely. I like it. So Anthony and Simon talk on the floor, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Simon decides to walk and go. Okay. Yes. Okay. So after the ball, Simon takes Lady Danbury home. Lady Danbury says, you and Daphne look real cute together. Wink, 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 wink. And Simon's like, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna walk. So he goes walking.
Is that when he runs into
no, he didn't run into him.
Wow.
Creepy McCreeperson,
Sir Dipshit,
Wormtail,
Lord Bareback,
comes out of fucking nowhere and is like, hey, I own Daphne because reasons. And
well, because he's an entitled white man, so he owns whatever he wants.
I'm supposed to be with her unless you fucked her, and then you have to tell me because I don't want her if you fucked her. Did you fuck her? Like, you know, let me know.
Basically, she's used goods if you did.
Right. And then Simon,
because it's the 1800s, and you know, once after that first time, you're no good anymore. Boom, out of here.
Simon,
unless you're a dude, then you can just keep slinging it all you want.
Simon, looking at you, Anthony. Simon tells him, "No, I haven't. Get the fuck out of here! Like you're being real rude." And then Bareback does not take the hint and starts talking about how Simon's dad was a right ass, and this all makes sense because of course Simon is like his dad. Or is he? Because he heard that Simon's dad did not care for him. Simon gets real pissed and hands that motherfucker his ass.
Puts those boxing lessons to good use.
Woo! He beat him within an inch of his fucking life, and it was glorious.
Open up a can of whoop ass on him.
It was pretty satisfying.
It was. Even though like we didn't like after a while we didn't really see Bareback's face, but you knew that it was pummeled and it was scrumptious. I love that. And that brings us to another flashback.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they like go into the flashback from there?
Yes. The flashback is of the Duke of Hastings doing Duke stuff at his desk.
Duke. I'm a Duke. Lands, servants, Duke.
And
I
Lady
love
Danbury,
this like schedule.
I need 4 hours a day of duking.
Lady Danbury comes in and she's like, hey, look what I found. It's your kid.
I like how she just like walks in unannounced, like, hey, bitch, remember this?
Right.
Oh, and he wasn't happy that she had just walked in.
He was not. He was like, keep your bitch mouth shut. And
I was like, we're not going to be calling our queen a bitch first off.
That was, but I mean, she did because he is of a higher station than her. And he basically tells Simon, you know, I thought you were dead. Everybody thought you were dead because I told them that. Why aren't you dead? And little Simon is just like, hey, but I know you thought I was dead, but I wrote you letters.
Oh my God, broke my heart.
Broke my heart. And like he keeps asking him, no, but like I wrote you, like, did you get my letters? Because I wrote you letters. Like, Daddy, did you get them? And that was heart-wrenching. That was it. Yeah.
Well, she tells him like, hey, like, show your dad you can talk normal now. And you know, obviously kid's got some trauma and he stumbles a little bit, like 1,000 times better than he was, but still,
and he is
like,
very quick to call him stupid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, get this imbecile out of my sight.
And it hurts my feelings, especially with the little, like the kid that they got like such an adorable little face on him. Ugh.
And he really just wants his father's like love and like, affection.
I mean, because he doesn't have any parents, like, you know.
He just did not hit the lottery on the parent lottery.
He did not. But he did with like godmoms, because she's a pretty awesome godmom. All right, so we move to Picnic with the Bridgertons and the Featheringtons. The topic, Marina's baby for Penn and Eloise. They really want to know how a baby happens, like, you know.
Which they still really got no.
Well,
they got
no
medical
sex ed
advice.
class in 1813. I don't even think they went to school.
No.
Or is this like during the
they
summer
have they had nannies and governesses.
tutors? Yeah.
In the first episode, she told her don't read because it'll confuse her thoughts. So.
She did. Which makes sense.
Don't read too much.
That makes sense from who it was being told to. Like,
absolutely.
And from. Lady
don't read so much, you'll get all scatterbrained.
She didn't look like she reads books that much.
Okay.
We also have Daphne and Anthony having a heart-to-heart. Not much there for me.
Anthony, we would have told you sooner had you not been a douchebag and tried
to set
me up with
he
was like, why didn't you tell me?
I'm thinking the other sister, where they have their heart-to-heart while on the swings.
Benedict and Eloise?
Yeah.
No, that's coming up.
Is that in this episode or is that episode 3?
No, it's coming up. They have 2 scenes of that.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, Eric. Look at you spoiling shit.
I couldn't remember. Like I said, I've watched up to episode 6. So
who is Benedict?
Benedict is the second in line. The one that looks like he's older than Anthony.
One of them has a cute face.
I think that's Colin.
Is it? One of them has a really cute face. And I was like, all right, well, like, I mean, but you. Show me some more of you.
I think Bennett out of the 3 brothers, well, because we're not looking at Gregory right now.
No.
I think Benedict should have been Anthony because he looks older in the face. And I get very confused when they're like, no, Benedict is second in line. And I'm like, no, Benedict should be first. He's old.
Oh, they got white man face. You can't tell apart.
That's fair.
Now that's true.
That's fair. So Simon shows up and Daphne and he continue their game. Daphne informs Simon that they are to continue their ruse, especially now after the whole Bear Book thing, because, it was a lot. And speaking of Bear Book, he just comes out of nowhere and is now threatening to
looking like
Daphne.
Ground beef.
Right. To ruin Daphne and the family if they do not marry. This weasel will not fucking go away. I want him dead. Point blank, period. No?
Oh, we do.
Yeah, no, I'd be happy as well. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I thought they were getting to. Like I thought they were getting it real spicy, and somehow he dies.
A murder.
I thought
mystery?
it was gonna be like a accident.
I thought like maybe Lady like Mama B was like, just somebody put some arsenic in his tea.
Yeah.
Poison him. Then she doesn't have to marry him.
That
because he's dead.
Yep.
That's not this kind of. They didn't do that. Not this season. Maybe next season.
I was going to say,
then they could have done a crossover, and Sherlock comes in to to investigate.
I like where your head's at, Eric. Keep that.
Who's killing all these basic ass lords?
I like that. Now is your Benedict and Eloise. They have a sweet heart-to-heart, talking about wanting more out of the lives that they are given, the lives that they are expected to have.
Doesn't he basically accuses her of being Lady Whistledown?
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. Which, listen, I kind of see.
I thought at first, I was
same.
like, oh, she's clearly Lady Whistledown.
Yeah.
She's the only one.
She
She's
was
around
reading
everybody, and she can read, and
she can read.
For
also,
18,
she was
13,
reading it
she's
like
very smart.
hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, you're very into it. Like, did you write this? That's how excited I was when I would read my book reports to my parents.
That's basically what he said. He was like, you're always reading it. Are you her?
Her? Yes.
Maybe she's looking for grammatical mistakes.
And I think that does spark her investigative reporterness of who is Lady Whistledown. That's a spoiler I can say. Because I mean, she's already doing that now.
He basically went to her. It was like, are you a cop? You have to tell me if you are.
Right. You have to tell me. You have to tell me now.
That's the law.
While they're smoking.
Yeah.
Which is cute. That's cute. Okay.
Again,
so
it's 1813. I figured everyone was smoking. Nicotine was like, it's like the cool nightcap. We're going to have a cigarette.
Well, I didn't think they were having cigarettes. I thought we were doing like pipe smoking.
No. It was a cigarette.
Yeah.
I know, but I just didn't
for that
think there
time,
were cigarettes in that time. I thought it was like pipes and like.
I feel like cigarette paper has always been around.
Yeah, hand rolling. Yeah, especially for a young lady, it's not ladylike to smoke a pipe.
Yeah.
Well, girl, I don't smoke, so.
Yeah.
I mean, neither do the two of us, but.
Again, experts on all things British.
All right. Okay, so moving on. Simon and Will are sparring again. Will's beating Simon's ass because, of course. And Simon asks Will asks Simon about Daphne, and Simon just says, "Beat my ass again." And that's
he's basically like, "What's up with that white girl?"
Right. You still after those white cheeks.
And I don't understand that. Like,
What?
are you just horny and you need to like calm yourself down so you want him to be your ass? Like,
No,
why?
I think it's the standard. Like when guys have a lot on their mind, they quote unquote go and like run or take a basketball game or like, do
I think his somewhere there's a bit of masochism in that as well, or like he needs to feel pain because daddy wouldn't pay attention to him.
Mm.
I feel like that's somewhere in there.
Yeah. But I mean, he's not beating him up too bad because Will's his friend.
Yeah. It's friendly
they're just
sparring.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's one of those old timey posters where the guys are all like this. Yeah.
Fisticuffs.
That was the thing.
Yes.
It was like, oh, you shoot clay pigeons, or you hunt, or you box, or it's like the girls that have to have a special talent for people to recognize them. Whereas dudes can just be incredibly uninteresting and do it as fun. Like, oh, I just want to do this. I want to box. I don't need to box to get a woman.
Fair.
Because I'm a duke and they come to me.
Ah, sexism.
Yeah. Good old double standards. Classic 1800s.
Okay, so we've jumped around so much. I was trying to figure out where we are now.
I was like, what's happening?
I was like, you got us back in order. So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Well, not really, because the queen has tea with Lady Bridgerton.
And that's
now,
that's when
and
she
then
gives her the
so,
idea.
Right.
Yeah. Get
So
the hens clucking.
Yeah. So we are Marina is locked in her bedroom because pregnancy, we want everybody to get it.
That's sudden illness. It's going around.
Daphne and Simon enter a ball. We are at another ball. Daphne speaks to Simon about how she needs this to go well because she does. He asks her to call him Simon because for a while she had been calling him Your Grace. And so now they are on first name basis, which is cute. They have a moment and Lady Danbury goes over to tell Simon what she sees, that, they kind of like each other, which is cute. And we get our last flashback. Okay, so we see Duke Hastings.
Oh my God, it's my favorite part.
He is on his deathbed.
He is about to croak.
Yes, coughing, spurgling.
You know when he look all sweaty and shit.
Yes,
under the canopy bed.
Mm-hmm.
And Simon just strolls in.
He is
He's
calling
like,
for Simon.
hello,
like,
bitches.
Right, my son, come see me. I love you so much. This is so excited to see you. Like, you're going to take your rightful place. You're going to be the son that I thought you always would be.
Yep.
And Simon bends over to him menacingly and lovely and tells him, fucker, I will never marry.
Yep.
I will never have kids. The dukedom will end with me because fuck you.
Pretty
and
much.
He spurts out a and dies. He
Like,
says,
what?
can you hear me?
Blah, blah,
He
blah.
says, do you understand me? It is fantastic.
He just pulled up on him. He's like, hey. Fuck you. I hope you die. I ain't getting no grandbabies. Peace.
Honestly, it's never sounded so good. I will never sire an heir.
Never.
Yep.
The Hastings lion will die with me.
I'm
was
very
like,
much into
yeah.
the power of petty, and I'm there for it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He said, I'm gonna make sure these are the last words you listen to, buddy.
Mhm.
Yep.
And then croak. He put
Croak
the X's
and
on the
die.
eye.
Yes. And then that is how we end episode 2.
Yep.
Thoughts?
Just like, peace out, you dead bitch.
Yeah.
Delightful.
It was lovely. Yeah.
That
I
scene-
enjoyed the ending.
Yeah.
And so
I
we
think-
basically get, why Simon is like, I'm not going to marry. I'm not going to have kids. I don't want to marry. We basically see why. So I'm excited to see, that change. Because
Well,
I was like,
also-
so that's going to be over in a couple episodes.
Thankfully, thanks for the to the maids and everybody spreading the rumors, then we don't get any more of Lord Bareback, right?
yeah, no, Bareback's out of here.
Yeah, he's
Bareback
done.
has to,
You never have to look at them up.
He's got to go
ever
take
again.
care of his side family.
Yes. Which his mother should be excited about because she wanted grandbabies and she already had one. She just didn't know it.
He just happened to dip out of town. He's like, oh, gotta go take care of my secret family.
Yeah.
She'll be the main in a second.
Yep.
He'll come back to town with his new family. Hey guys.
It's like, oh, I went away for the summer and I found
he's-
love. And this
I-
child,
and this
that's
child.
the child is a year old, but he was ready to go in 3 months.
You were giving him so much credit because I was like, he's gonna show up with an 8-year-old and he's gonna be like, hey, we're back.
I was away at war and had a baby.
Ta-da.
when Penn, that is, what's basically happening with Marina, her baby daddy, who, Eric was trying to say she was a loose woman. Her baby daddy is currently
He's in Spain. Yeah.
And he is fighting the war. And
fighting for the king or whatever.
Yes. They have been corresponding, but she has not gotten up the courage to tell him that she is with his child. So her and Penn are trying to figure out how to write that letter.
Yeah. And dumb old Penelope is basically like, but how?
Are we going to talk about how Penelope is in love with
Colin?
One of the Bridgerton? Oh my God, it's so cute. And
it's very tragic.
It is because we know how it's going to end up, but like that mean girl spilled the drink on her because we didn't talk about it. And I had wrote it in my notes because I was like, I love this scene. And that's the only note I wrote. But it was so sweet. And he was like, I think I'm going to be dancing with Penelope, actually. And I was like, take that, you mean bitch.
Nope, they were like, sorry, Penelope, you got something on your dress. No, I don't. Blah. Wow. Yes, you do. Get out of here, stumpy Cinderella.
So
I read the book and I read the first passage of the second book, and I was spoiled on some things, but I don't know if they're going to do it here. So,
well, you saying that you don't know if they're gonna do it here, that means Correct. It doesn't happen in this season.
No, well, no, it doesn't. But
like this could be like a future season. Basically.
Well, why don't we do it is once we do the last episode, then we'll get into things that we expect from season 2 based on you reading the books, and by that point nothing in the show will be spoilers because we've seen the show.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Look at you, Eric. Look at you doing things.
I be thinking from time to time.
I like that about you.
That's why I'm a Duke.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
Look at him coming right back to.
I was doing my Duke stuff.
Even though he wanted to be like outside in the field, now he's like, no.
But he made himself a farmhand, and now he's like, okay, I'm ready for the
I'm not
Duke
better
now.
than common people. I am. I can only be.
Oh, you're
what
that
I am.
Duke.
You want to be a man of the people,
right?
I don't call them maids. They're friends. They stay in the house.
Get out of here.
I think Eric's thinking long term. So when they eat the rich, he won't die.
Exactly. I don't want them to overturn me and be like, oh, well, to the gallows with you. They're like, no, he was our friend. He gave us soup.
Not me. I mean, I'm gonna be nice, but I want you to know the hierarchy. Sorry, not sorry.
Back in your place.
Said, know your role.
No. Like, listen, we know each other, but we don't know each other.
I say at that point, indentured servitude was very much a thing. Like, you can go to jail or you can be a maid. So here's your the rest of your
maid. Waking life.
Yeah, and I'm gonna treat them well because I don't want like my business out there because maids, handmaids.
Oh, they're talking behind your back no matter what. If we had anything, we learned that from this episode. Yeah, when she sent the queen sent her guy away to get better cocaine because she was like, he's a fucking chatty Cathy.
It's like, well, why do you keep him? Well, because I want all the gossip.
Because he knows where the good cocaine is.
Right. I too am a gossip.
He is the best plug.
Yeah. He's got a guy. I don't know his name. He won't tell me. But his shit is pure. He knows. Okay. He knows when those boats are coming in from South America. If you know what I'm saying.
Right. Okay, so this was the first episode. Sorry, it was a little rough. We're not podcasters. Like, we're not the, we're the people, but we're not the people. Does that make sense?
No.
When they go to eat the people of the podcast, we don't want to get eaten, so we have to relate to the people.
We're just like you.
Right. Which you can clearly tell with the way that we're talking. But again, this was Cup and Sauce. This was Cup and Saucer of Concentrated Podcast. Cut this out. Cut this right here.
It's all going in there.
Oh no. So you can contact us the same way that you contact
concentratedpodcast@gmail.com.
There we go.
You can hit us on Instagram and Twitter or at concentratedpod, and you can hit us up on the Facebook group, which is just search for Concentrated Podcast.
See, I never do it. You always
is do where this episode will be. We'll have the audio on there.
Okay.
We haven't decided what day this is airing, but after this, we're gonna do it Fridays. So you should look out for a new episode.
No, we're doing Thursday.
Yeah, dropping episodes on Fridays.
We were like getting ready to double team you on that. You're wrong. So sorry.
This is why I asked questions.
Okay. Well, that dudes. Do we have any like closing remarks? Anything? Who's going? Eric's going next, right?
Eric is going.
I suppose, or
Right.
it could be you again. We don't know. We
No,
haven't figured it out yet.
No.
I don't think that's how round robin works.
That
Like,
is
I think
not
you're
how round
supposed to.
That's how it works.
Um,
But we'll be back with 2 more episodes
Yes,
to
episode 3
cover.
and 4.
Episodes 3 and 4, Art of the Swoon and An Affair of Honor.
Ooh. See, now you have to do it because you like spiced
you
it
done
up.
introed it really nice.
Uh-huh.
I put a little adobo on it, and now it's good to go.
It's got some seasoning.
Yep.
So with that, we say good day, good night,
Good day.
good day, good morning, and just bye, y'all. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.